Well, it'll be a work in progress. Obviously, we can't replace what Rondo does for our team and how important he is to our team, but we're not going to make excuses. That's not who we are as a group. We're going to step up, and guys are going to pick up the slack and add to their responsibility. And as a group, we'll do our best to continue to play the way that we've started to play.
I know you guys have said next man up, but is there even a period of like hours or even minutes where it's just like, man, you got to shake that off? I mean, it's one of our leaders.
We have to shake it off. Oh, of course, you're always aware of what's the reality of what's going on. We don't act like it didn't happen, but we acknowledge it and we move forward. As a group, we'll figure out what rotations are working the best, who's handling certain responsibilities is giving our team the best shot of winning. And it's we said it earlier in the season, we'll say it again. It won't, it's adversity. How does a group respond? And if we respond the right way, we're stronger when we get through the other side of it. And it won't be the last time this season we have.
Luke, last year, Luke, BI played that point guard spot when Lonzo was hurt. Will we see him more?
He'll get some point guard, yeah, absolutely. And we have other guys like Lance and other guys like Speed who can play point guard. Obviously, LeBron can handle point responsibility. So we have multiple guys we're comfortable with. BI will definitely be one of those main guys doing that.
How much does it help? The last time Rondo was out, you didn't have Brandon available to kind of help fill in that role. How much easier does that make figuring out those rotations to have him available this time?
Well, we'll find out. Last year he was great with it. It's a new group. That group has kind of gotten in a nice rhythm of being able to run certain sets and know how to play out of it. And Rondo kind of orchestrating that whole deal. So it'll be a little different from that, from BI's experience last year. But knowing that he can do that, I think is something that'll make it easier without Rondo this time around.
Did you guys confirm that it was on that steal that he broke the hand?
They probably confirmed that.
But that's still your understanding of that play? And he played for 3 more minutes?
And he played for however much longer. When I went back and watched the tape, right after that, he started kind of playing with one hand only. So once we saw that, he came over, said something to Marco. We obviously try to get Zoe in at the next step ball.
What was Rondo's bearing in practice today? What was he doing?
He was talking. Surprise. He was talking a lot. No, but he's great. That's one of the things that I love about coaching him is we had Brandon and some of those second unit guys over here going through 5-on-0, and Rondo came in, got involved, was talking about all the different plays and different options that he sees while he's out there. So, he had the little splint on his hand, but he was still out there being involved and helping our group get better.
You've been setting a couple screens, huh?
I didn't see that part.
Just like he was kind of mocking it a little bit.
Yeah, he was mocking it. Yes, he was getting out there and kind of filling one of the spots for us. We had Josh Hart was getting treatment, so we needed an extra body.
Luke, what is your team doing now that it didn't do, let's say, 2 weeks ago that pleases you the most?
Our defense. It continues to get better, and that's not to say we're anywhere near where we have to be. And there's things offensively that are getting better as well. But if I'm picking one thing, it's our defense and the more consistent rotations, the schemes, following the game plan, rebounding the basketball. Obviously, a huge upgrade from where we were earlier in the year. So this remains our top priority.
Luke, how has Lonzo adjusted to not having the ball as much as he did last season? Obviously you have more ball handles like LeBron, but how is he adjusting to like somewhat of a new role at times?
He's good. We talked to him. He wants to win.
Right.
When we drafted him, it was his answer. Last year was his answer. It's still his answer. He just wants to win, and he knows that that's the number one priority for what a team's doing. And he's been fine.
What are the components of a good three for him? It seems like if he's able to get his feet under him, the step back, he seems to have more success. What do you see needs to? What are the factors that need to be in place for him to have a good shot?
Well, it's that some of it's what you listed for sure. We don't want to take threes unless we've gotten some sort of penetration first. So we don't want to just come down and jack up a three. Now there's outliers to that. If somebody's hot, if you're on a run, if it's that type of shot, you can live with it. But for the most part, we want some sort of penetration from somebody first. Collapse the defense. For him personally, obviously, he feels better with that little rhythm dribble, stepping back, where he does get his feet set. But anytime we get penetration and it's a kick out and he's open, 100% we're fine with him shooting those threes.
It's just not his style to hold that ball a long time. Are you guys telling him sometimes he's got to be a little more selfish and probe and navigate?
No, well, yeah, there's a fine line because we want the ball moving. If you're either open, we want you to shoot, drive, or pass, and he's great at those. But as he continues to expand his game, when he chooses to drive, he's such a big, talented guard. I feel like the more he can get into the opponent's paint and make those bigs commit to him, his natural playmaking can take over. But that will come, with just reps and reps.
Moments like last night don't seem to get lost on you. You've been around the game your whole life, player, coach, even your dad. When you see a moment like last night, a milestone reached, what does it mean to you when you kind of go home and think about it, what LeBron did?
Just an amazing career this guy's had. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever come into the league with more hype and more pressure on him than LeBron. I mean, I came in the same year. He's 18 years old, coming out of high school, and he was dubbed the king, and he lived up to it. I mean, nobody does that, and for him to play the game the way he does, as unselfish of a player as he is, and then to be on the top 5 scoring list of all time.
Luke,
it speaks a lot to who he is and how hard he works and how much he loves the game of basketball.
Sorry, excuse me. How is he today?
LeBron?
Yeah.
Seemed like he was in good spirits. We held him out of practice just to get treatment, to keep him fresh for this road trip coming up.
He was laying on the floor last night in the second half, and obviously you have to kind of protect the back. Did you see him there, and is that at all concerning to you?
I did not see him there, no. He told me he's feeling great. Trainer said he's doing good. So.
Luke, will Rondo, obviously he'll have the surgery, but will he eventually travel with you guys because he's such a voice?
Oh yeah, we want him around as much as possible.
So he won't be on this trip though, right?
Well, he's fighting his case still, so it's up to the doctors. We got to get the swelling down as quickly as possible. So whenever the doctors clear him to travel without the risk of the inflammation that comes when you fly, he'll be with our group.
Hey Luke, obviously you want everyone to be healthy, but do you have guys that you're looking forward to giving more minutes to that you haven't been able to, just because of the amount of guys that can play?
Well, everyone's got to be. I mean, you got to be ready for your opportunity. That's why we say whether you're in the rotation or not, your chance will come. So when that chance comes, you got to be in shape. You got to know the plays. You got to be ready to go, because those opportunities always aren't the same for everybody. Our guys, whoever they are, whether it's guys playing more minutes or a bigger rotation, they'll be ready.
There aren't a lot of guys who can replicate the control that Rondo has over a game with some of the people that need to fill in his absence. Do you have to talk at all about not trying to do too much? Or?
Yeah, absolutely we do, and talk to that group about continuing to try to play this the way they've been playing, and that'll require that whole group being more vocal. A lot of times that can be Rondo just letting each guy in the group know what to look for in this play or whatnot. But they also know they're very talented basketball players, and they know they've seen what's working for them. So if there's someone else new in that group, as a group as a whole, they have to verbalize what they're seeing and continue to play that same style.
Luke,
Last
obviously this
question,
will be a very important road trip, but a very emotional one when you go into Cleveland. Any special plans or anything that you will handle LeBron any differently going in there?
No, not as of now. We got a really tough back-to-back to start this thing. So at some point I'll sit down with LeBron and talk to him about heading back home to Cleveland. But right now our time and prep and thoughts are on Orlando and Miami with that Saturday, Sunday back to back.
Thanks, everyone.